It is the biggest event of the year. It is the highlight of the Universal Orlando experience. It is overwhelming, it is chaotic, and it is so much fun. You guessed it, it's Halloween Horror Nights. It's Halloween Horror Nights season here at Universal Orlando. So that's why today we are going to be sharing everything you need to know before you go to HHN right here in Universal Studios, Florida. So without further ado, let's waste no time because there's a lot you need to know before coming to Halloween Horror Nights in 2024. Let's head inside my favorite park and talk all about HHN. As you can see here at the Universal Arches, we have posters for some of the houses. These are the intellectual property houses: Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, A Quiet Place, and Insidious The Further. So we are walking in. As you can see here, there are already people waiting at the gate. This is team member preview night of Halloween Horror Nights, so the event hasn't actually officially started yet. But you can see people are already lining up 2 hours before the event. Well, 2.5 hours before the event even starts for the opening ceremonies. So if you don't do Stay and Scream, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you can wait here and watch the opening ceremonies, which will happen at the front gates of the park, just a way to kick off Halloween Horror Nights. As you can see, people were here 2.5 hours early, lining up for the event. So you must get here early. Stay and Scream is something really cool that allows you into HHN early. So if you have a day ticket to Universal or you have a Universal annual pass, you don't need to purchase anything extra. Or you can purchase it extra for $55, the Scream early ticket. This will allow you into Universal Studios Florida. You can ride rides and then get into a Stay and Scream zone. And these zones will be the Today Cafe, the Minion Cafe, and behind Lombard's. These allow you into houses early. So the event starts at 6:30. Some of these houses will open up at 5:15. This is a really great way to save time because although you still are waiting around for the houses, you're not waiting during the event time. Last year, for opening night of Halloween Horror Nights 2023, we did Stay and Scream for Stranger Things, and we actually ended up doing 6 houses before the event even started at 6:30. That's how much you can get done doing Stay and Scream. So that is something I highly recommend. And also it's important to remember that if you have the Stay and Scream ticket or you have an annual pass or you have a day ticket, and if you arrive after 5, they will not let you in the gate. So even though you have that ticket, too late, sorry, too bad, they won't let you in. So be sure to get here, get yourself in the park as early as you can. But also with that being said, I recommend you to kind of chill before HHN. It's very hard, I get it, you know, it's hard to chill when you're on a theme park vacation, if you're used to, you know, going crazy in the parks and you really want to get all the rides in. But I highly recommend taking it easy the morning of Halloween Horror Nights because it's going to be a long night. So what I usually do is I'll usually get here around 2. Maybe I'll have a dining reservation at Finnegan's or NBC Grill somewhere in City Walk, just so I'm in the park. If you're parking, you get your parking done, just so you don't cut it close and have to stress out. The most important thing to know about Halloween Horror Nights is, of course, the basics. What is at Halloween Horror Nights? There are 10 haunted houses. This is where you're going to get in line, you're going to walk through a haunted house, but it's not your typical haunted house. It is designed by Universal Creative. They work year-round on these beautiful sets. The scare actors are top-notch, and it's not your local haunted attraction. This is the best of the best. There are 5 scare zones too. So what is a scare zone? You will walk through areas of the park, Hollywood, between Hollywood and Springfield, San Francisco, and New York, and there'll be scare actors on the street walking up to you, scaring you, jumping out with a chainsaw, so on and so forth. And those you don't have to wait in line for. Those are just going to be what you walk through, getting from house to house. There's one show, Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus, which is a fan favorite. They have 4 shows a night, and I highly recommend checking out at least one. They're the same show, but you know, you might want to see it twice because it's that good. And of course, they also have the food booths, as we mentioned. It is really important all the time, but especially at Halloween Horror Nights, to stay hydrated. I love this collapsible water bottle from Amazon. It'll fit in your bag, it'll fit in your fanny pack, and all you do is, you know, fill up your water. I love this refill station. It is right pretty much at the front of the park. It's new, it's fresh, and the water is cold. Like I said, HHN is a big night. You want to make sure you don't get dehydrated. Sometimes you might be standing in line for over an hour, so fill up your water bottle. Don't get dehydrated. You don't want to ruin your night. And also with that, I always recommend, as I said before, eating first. I love to have a big meal before Halloween Horror Nights, because if you are like me and you want to get all the houses done as soon as you possibly can, you're going to want to, of course, do that. You could be doing 6 houses. It could be 2-3 hours before you even get a chance to eat. And by then, the food lines at HHN are going to be probably very long. So that's why it's important to eat before and stay hydrated. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just check out this queue. This is, you know, you could be waiting in this. Look at how big this queue is. This is for A Quiet Place, so you're going to want to be prepared with that water and a full stomach. They do have these Halloween Horror Nights kids shirts. However, what you should know before you come to Halloween Horror Nights is that the recommended age is 13 and up. However, most of the clientele at Halloween Horror Nights is adults. You might have some high school kids, you might have some teenagers, but primarily adults. But you know what? I feel like I've seen on TikTok people like bring their babies. If you want to bring your baby, bring your baby. No one's stopping you. But that's just the recommended age. Maybe I'll bring my baby one day. Speaking of merchandise, the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store is always one of my favorites. If you want to find all the Halloween Horror Nights merchandise, as well as some more decorations, check out the tribute store. And the best part is this is open all day. You don't need a Halloween Horror Nights ticket to check out the tribute store. And a good tip is that the line for the tribute store gets very long during the event. So if you're doing Stay and Scream, this is a good time. Get there early and hit up the tribute store. Another really important tip to know before coming to Halloween Horror Nights is to plan your route. So if you want to get all the houses done and you don't want the express pass, number 1, you need to do Stay and Scream. Number 2, you need to plan your route. So if you want to start in the front and then do San Francisco and then make your way towards the back. Or what is recommended is starting in the back, because, you know, people won't go to the back first, they'll start at the front first. Go to the back and then make your way around the front. Whatever the case may be, plan your route. What my tip is if you have a house that you really want to go to, make sure to do that first so you get that done. You could do the Stay and Scream for it too, which is even better. So last year, for example, my number 1 house was Stranger Things, and that's why on opening night, we stood in the New York Stay and Scream, did that, and then made our way around this area, did all the haunted houses in New York, and then went to San Francisco, did that, and worked our way around the park that way. The year before that, we went a different way. We started in the back. So whatever you want to do, it will work out, but that is just what you need to know. Make sure to plan your route before you go. Right across from the tribute store is the Torture Fair Scare Zone. This scare zone and Demon Queens in Hollywood are 2 of the best scare zones to start with if you're scared, if you get overwhelmed easily, because of how big it is. Look how big it is. There's a lot of room to move around. Stay on the sidewalk. If you don't want to be scared, they pretty much won't come on the sidewalk. Same as Hollywood. This spot right here will always give me the chills when I walk by, especially during Halloween Horror Night season, because this is where I got absolutely poured on last year during Stay and Scream, thunder, lightning, probably the worst storm I've got stuck in at an HHN. So I just got to give a shout out, give a moment for this Jimmy Fallon zone right here. This is going to be Ghostbusters this year. If you have never been to a Halloween Horror Nights before, you should definitely know what these are. So you'll see them up around the park. There's 2 over here. This is going to be Insidious and Triplets of Terror. But these are called the House Portals. Of course, their sign will be up. It's just not HHN right now, and as well as the wait time. So I'll insert a picture of what the House Portal looks like when it's during the event. And you know, I'm not filming during the event for a reason. I will insert some event footage, but that is because HHN is dark, it's loud, there's a lot of people. It is so much fun, but it's a little bit chaotic. So you want to be prepared for that, mentally prepare. You might want to bring earplugs if you don't like loud noises. Earplugs are great, and just know that, you know, this isn't Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. But that being said, the atmosphere is amazing. Everybody's having so much fun. Everybody loves horror. The scare actors are incredible. They can't touch you, so don't worry about that. You will have the best time. During Halloween Horror Nights, they do have specialty food booths. This is one of my favorites. Look how cute this is. Ghostbusters themed, and they have mini Stay Puft S'more for $6.99. If you want to see the full menu, you could scan this QR code too. So just know that if you want to try specialty Halloween Horror Nights treats, they are only open during the event. As you can see now, it's closed. So you want to eat them, come to Halloween Horror Nights. What's also great is that on the Universal Orlando app, you can see the food menus for each booth without actually having to go up to the booth and read the menu. You can see it all on your phone. One more thing about the food booths, as you kind of saw with the Ghostbusters, if you have a house that you really love or a movie that you love, like A Quiet Place, they do have themed food booths to the intellectual property houses. As you can see, this one is themed to A Quiet Place. They have, which is really cool, all foods that don't make sound, nothing crunchy, which I think is a really great touch. Something you may want to consider is wearing sunglasses during the day to make sure that when the nighttime comes, your eyes adjust more easily to the houses because it's dark in there. So if you're out in the sun, you know, when you walk inside, it's gonna be dark. You're not gonna be able to see. If you wear sunglasses, that might help out a little bit. So you might want to pack some sunglasses. Another thing you want to pack is rain gear. As we mentioned before, the rain, it is most likely going to rain. You're coming to Halloween Horror Nights in August, September, October. It rains pretty much every day in Florida. It might rain during your Halloween Horror Nights visit. So if you want to bring a poncho, if you want to bring an umbrella, highly recommend doing that. With that, you might want to bring a change of socks. Last year, we got absolutely drenched. I wish I had a whole new outfit. That's how wet we got for the whole night. But change of socks if you could fit them in your bag. This is one of my favorite stores. I feel like it's underrated, but don't miss this year. It got a really fun Major Sweets overlay. As you can see here, we're gonna check it out a little bit. They just have like Major Sweets posters up and everything like that. Some Halloween Horror Nights theming in here. It's super cute if you want to get a sweet treat. It is literally 4,000 degrees out, and if you watch the Crystal Palace, you know, oh my gosh, I literally can't even touch this. It's never too hot for a jacket potato. It is, it definitely is, but nothing's gonna keep me away from you. I got a plain one this time. Just feeling plain today. But if you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the Crystal Palace, and I'll see you after I eat my potato. Now, I won't lie to anyone here. Was it probably too hot for that potato? Yes, but you know what? It was good. It's my favorite snack, and that's all that matters. Yeah, it made me happy. Anyway, back to the Halloween Horror Nights video. So, something to know before you come is there are rides open in Universal during the event. Now, there are 4 open this year in 2024. Transformers is not open this year, new for this year. The only rides that are open are Mummy, Gringotts, Mummy, Gringotts, Men in Black, and what the heck is the other ride that is open? Mummy, Gringotts, Men in Black, and Rip Ride Rockit are the only rides open during HHN. And last but not least, you want to purchase your tickets ahead of time. You don't want to come to HHN at like 4 o'clock and still have to purchase tickets for the event. Buy them online. If you're a Universal Annual Pass holder, you can get a discount on the tickets if you go on the website. Just be sure to buy them in advance. This way, you're not scrambling at the park gate. I don't even know if they actually sell them at the park gate because I think everyone just buys them in advance. I am walking by DreamWorks Land, and I have to mention, don't forget to get the iconic Halloween Horror Nights treats like the pizza fries, which will be here at the DreamWorks Cafe. Imagination Cafe it's called, or the Twisted Tater, or maybe you want to try out some new food items for the year. But those classics are something that fans absolutely love and recommend you try. During Halloween Horror Nights, DreamWorks Land is not open. So if you're looking to maybe ride the roller coaster during HHN or get a Shrek during HHN, it is not going to be open. New for 2024, they will actually have meet and greets or picture photo ops with scare actors here in Universal Studios Florida during Halloween Horror Nights. It is located right here behind the HHN bar, which is really cool. You'll be able to stand here and take a picture with a scare actor. New for 2024, there is a house entrance here at Simpsons, to the right of the Simpsons ride. This house is going to be the Museum Deadly Exhibits. They also changed the locations of the portals for 2 more houses, which I'm gonna go and show you right now. So here to the left of Men in Black are now 2 house portals. These will be Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, as well as Goblin's Feast. To the right of Men in Black, restrooms right here, is the entrance of Slaughter Cinema 2. Now this was always an entrance, so this isn't new, but there used to be 2 houses here. You see these houses in the back. The house portals are up front in the park, of course, but the houses are very far backstage. You're going to be doing a lot of walking at Halloween Horror Nights. It's not just walking the park. You are going to be walking behind the park too. So make sure to dress comfortable, wear comfortable shoes. Overall, Halloween Horror Nights is an experience that you will never forget. If you're on the fence, I recommend just giving it a shot once, and then you will probably be hooked. That's what happened to me. I went once and I will absolutely go every year after that. You might want to take the day off if you're going during the week. And that brings me to the next point, which is you might want to go during the week as the crowds will be lower. You can also check the ticket prices, as this typically indicates when the crowds will be lower if the ticket prices are lower. We have made it back to our Universal Hotel, and that is another great tip to know before you come to Halloween Horror Nights, is staying at a Universal Hotel during the event makes it so much easier, because when you're leaving at 2 a.m., you could just hop on Universal free transportation, go back to your hotel, and go to sleep rather than having to deal with the parking garage. I love staying at the Universal Hotels. We're at Surfside right now. Another important thing to know is that if you don't have a designated driver or not staying at a Universal Orlando hotel, you can easily get to the rideshare options right from the Universal parking garage. So be sure to do that and always keep that in mind if you plan on consuming any alcoholic beverages. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned some tips about Halloween Horror Nights before you come and visit and have so much fun during the event. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Crystal Palace for more fun adventures. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.